Hi everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Nyay Academy, where we promise you to provide quality content for UPSC, Law and Commerce. Today's video will be on motivation, morale and incentives. This is important for the students who are appearing for RBI, SEBI General exams, UGC NET for Commerce and Management. In this video, we will be covering motivational theories and the concepts of morale and incentives. Let's quickly discuss what we all cover in this video. First, motivation, morale and incentives, concepts of morale and factors determining morale, how managers motivate their employees, role of incentives in building up the morale, and theories of motivation. Let's start with the meaning of motivation. Motivation is basically the psychological process. It is derived from the Latin word movere, which means to move. Motive in motivation is an inner state which actually energizes or activates a person. So therefore, motivation is a psychological process which channels this energy to achieve the goal. A motive is restlessness, a lack of you, and the motivation will provide a grip to the motive, and finally a person will do something. With this, let's understand the process of motivation. Process of motivation starts with needs. If there is any physiological and psychological balance, this means there is a need. So need is a deficiency. For example, a need will exist when a body is deprived of food and water. After needs, then it comes drives. Drives are deficiency with direction, which means that if the body is deprived of food, there will be a drive of hunger. And if the body is deprived of water, there will be a drive of thirst. These drives are action oriented and therefore there will be a thirst to achieve the goal. So therefore drive is at the very heart of the motivational process. With drive, we will be knowing that what we need to achieve. So we will be defining the goals. So therefore, after that drive, we will be setting the goals. So to remove hunger, we have to consume food, and for thirst, we have to drink water, and ultimately our goal will be achieved and our body will not be deprived of food and water. So this is the process of the motivation, which starts with needs, then go to drives, and then drives motivates us to set our goals and achieve them. After motivation, now let's understand the meaning of morale. Morale is enthusiasm to achieve any task. In sports, it means self-confidence of a team. In education, it may be the eagerness to learn by students. In business, it is associated with desire to achieve the goals. So overall, it's an attitude of individual और group कि वो एक company में कैसे goal को achieve कर सकते हैं. A definition given by Flippo is morale as a mental condition or the attitude of individuals and the groups which determines their willingness to cooperate. Mental condition or attitude individuals का which actually check out कि कितना willingness है उनमें काम करने का, कितना enthusiasm है कि वो काम कर सकते हैं. Good morale होगा तो that can be evidenced with enthusiasm, voluntary confirmation, willingness to cooperate with others in accomplishment of any objectives. But if the morale is poor, it will be evidenced by surliness, insubordination, and a feeling of discouragement and dislike of the job. Types of morale. Morale can be individual or a group morale. Individual morale means a morale of a single person towards work or environment of the company. बल्कि ग्रुप मोराल होगा जो एक ग्रुप का जनरल एटीट्यूड होगा काम के लिए. ग्रुप मोराल टाइम के साथ चेंज होता रहता है बट इंडिविजुअल मोराल चेंज नहीं होता. इंडिविजुअल और ग्रुप मोराल ऑल्दो सेम ही होंगे बट इतने आइडेंटिकल नहीं है. देयर कैन बी द केसेस कि ग्रुप मोराल, कि ग्रुप का जो एटीट्यूड है वर्क की तरफ या कंपनी की तरफ वो कुछ और है, मतलब जनरल एटीट्यूड पॉजिटिव है, बट देयर कैन बी द केसेस जहाँ पे इंडिविजुअल एटीट्यूड नेगेटिव हो सकता है. Morale can be high or low. Just as Flipper mentioned high or low morale, McFarland also mentioned the difference between high and low morale. High morale will exist when employee has a positive attitude towards the objective. That means employee are favorable कि हाँ उन्हें objectives को achieve करना है. But low morale exists जब they are not willing or they are not able to achieve the objectives of the company. So if the words are zeal, enthusiasm, loyalty, dependability, it will denote high morale. But if the words are interest, laziness, apathy, bickering, jealousy, pessimism, it will describe low morale. Morale and productivity. There is a link between morale and productivity, but this link is best explained by Miller and Form with 4 combinations of productivity and morale. There are a number of research which have conducted that there is no relationship between morale and productivity, but high morale may lead to higher productivity, but in some cases, and there can be the cases जहाँ पे high morale व productivity कम हो. तो इसकी according Miller and Form ने 4 combinations बनाए हैं, that is high productivity, high morale, low productivity, high morale, high productivity, low morale and लो प्रोडक्टिविटी लो मोरल. ये रिलेशनशिप हम प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते और ये डायनामिक है, मतलब हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अकॉर्डिंग ये चेंज होगा. फर्स्ट, हाई प्रोडक्टिविटी एंड हाई मोरल ये कब होगा? जब इंडिविजुअल सेटिस्फाइड है अपनी जॉब से एंड ही इज विलिंग टू अचीव हाई स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस, मतलब वो प्रोडक्टिविटी हाई देने के लिए वो तैयार है. Next is low productivity and high morale. Morale is high, enthusiasm पूरा है employees में, but productivity नहीं है. तो there can be the cases कि जहाँ पे proper teaching नहीं दिया जा रहा है employees को, या फिर administrative skill कम है supervisor की, materials defective है, technology outdated है जिसकी वजह से productivity कम है. There can be the cases when productivity is high but morale is very low. तो हो सकता है जो मैनेजमेंट है वो पनिशमेंट्स प्रिस्क्राइब कर रही है फॉर लो प्रोडक्टिविटी, मोरल तो कम है, मतलब दे हैव नो इंटरेस्ट इन डूइंग द जॉब, बट स्टिल प्रोडक्टिविटी इज हाई बिकॉज दे हैव टू डू इट. मैनेजमेंट इज फोर्सिंग देम कि आपको ये काम करना है. नेक्स्ट इज लो प्रोडक्टिविटी एंड लो मोरल. दिस सिचुएशन विल अकर जब प्रोडक्टिविटी और मोरल के जो फैक्टर्स हैं वो कंपनी में नहीं है. Now there are 10 factors which affect morale. First is organization. How organization will influence the worker attitude? Basically, the public reputation of the organization will affect the person. See, अगर आप एक अच्छी कंपनी से एसोसिएटेड हो तो आपका मोरल हाई होगा और आपको काम करने में मजा आएगा उस कंपनी में, बिकॉज there will be a thing of reputation, yes I am working in this company. तो अगर पब्लिक रेपुटेशन एक कंपनी की अच्छी है तो मोरल ज्यादा होगा. सेकंड इज नेचर ऑफ वर्क. अगर आपका नेचर ऑफ वर्क रूटीन है, स्पेशलाइज्ड जॉब का है, तो एम्प्लॉय विल गेट बोर्ड, तो इससे उसका मोरल डाउन जाएगा. मोर ओवर, अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर बहुत बड़ा है, मतलब देयर इज मेनी लाइन ऑफ अथॉरिटी, तो मोरल विल बी डाउन. अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल्स एम्प्लॉयज को समझ में नहीं आ रहे तो वो भी मोरल एम्प्लॉयज का कम कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट फैक्टर इज लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन. लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन इज डिटर्मिन्ड बाय द जॉब फैक्टर्स. अगर जॉब फैक्टर्स एम्प्लॉयज को फेवरेबल लगते हैं तो उनका मोरल बढ़ जाएगा, बट अगर वो फैक्टर्स उनके लिए फेवरेबल नहीं है तो देयर मोरल विल बी डाउन. नाउ जॉब फैक्टर्स आर जैसे कि अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर प्रमोशंस, जॉब सिक्योरिटी, स्टेडीनेस ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट, अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू लर्न द जॉब, पे, वर्किंग कंडीशन, recognition, co-workers, and group relationship. So if these job factors are favorable to employees, their morale will be very high. Another factor is level of supervision. टर्नओवर ज्यादा हो जाता है अगर लेवल ऑफ सुपरविजन ज्यादा होगा. एम्प्लॉय नीड्स फ्रीडम. अगर वो फ्रीली काम कर रहे हैं तो उनका मोरल इंक्रीज होता है. अनदर फैक्टर इज कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सेल्फ. अगर एक पर्सन में सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस है एंड ही हैज अ गुड मेंटल एंड फिजिकल हेल्थ, तो हिज मोरल विल बी हायर देन दैट पर्सन जिसके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस कम है, because he is sure that he will be able to achieve any target and he will be able to survive in the organization, so therefore his morale will be very high. Another is workers' perception of reward system. जो reward system present, past और future के उसने experience करे हैं या जो future के वो expect कर रहा है, अगर वो rewards उसके favorable है तो उसका एम्प्लॉय का मोरल बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज होगा. अगर ही फील्स लाइक कि वो फेयर या सेटिस्फैक्ट्री नहीं है, मतलब जितना वो काम कर रहे हैं उतना उनको रिवॉर्ड नहीं मिल रहा, तो देयर मोरल विल बी डाउन. सेवेंथ फैक्टर इज एम्प्लॉयज एजुकेशनल लेवल. हायर द एजुकेशनल लेवल, लोअर विल बी द जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन, बिकॉज जितना educated the employee will be, he will be always like striving to achieve more. So therefore his morale will be always down. Eighth is employee's occupational level. Higher the hierarchy, higher will be the morale because he is at the top position. So anyone who is at the top will be free. He will be directing others. So his morale will be very high. But the person who is the lower one in the level of hierarchy, he will be having a lowest morale in the organization. Ninth point is the employee's age. अगर हम सब कुछ constant रखते, then elder employees seems to have higher employee because young workers are more dissatisfied और उनकी expectations बहुत ज़्यादा होती. They are not mature enough to face the reality. So the elder ones will be having high morale and the young workers will be having low morale. 10th and very important factor affecting morale is off-the-job activities of employee. See, 50% of the time is spent in the office, but rest 50% of the time is spent in the other activities. So what are that other activities is highly influenced by the employee. Now, relationship of an employer with his family, work group influences his behavior and attitude while he is on the job. अगर वो घर से ही परेशान है तो he has no morale, he will be having no opportunity to like look forward into the organization. तो उसकी ऑफ द जॉब एक्टिविटीज भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, क्या वो अपनी फैमिली लाइफ में खुश है या नहीं, क्या उसकी ड्रिंकिंग हैबिट्स हैं या नहीं, जो उसके फॉर्मल और इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप्स के साथ इन्फ्लुएंसेस हैं, दैट इज फेवरेबल और नॉट. So these of the job activities of the employee will impact the morale of the employee. Another important term is incentives. Now incentive is an act or promise for greater action. ये एक stimulus है जो कि employees को managers provide करते हैं so that they can achieve big. Incentives are something जो कि wages के अलावा दिया जाता है. It is an additional remuneration or benefit to the employee in recognition of the achievement or better work. Incentives अगर दिए जाते हैं तो employees के अंदर एक zeal पैदा होती है for better performance. It's a natural thing कि nobody acts without a purpose behind. अगर कोई purpose ही नहीं है तो nobody will work with that enthusiasm if we will add some purpose in it. So therefore एक reward, एक purpose add कर देते हैं कि yes, it's a powerful incentive so that employees get motivated to have a better performance. Now incentives can be divided into monetary and non-monetary incentives. Monetary means which can be like converted in terms of rupees. मतलब जैसे जिसका हम कैश की फॉर्म में हम जिसको वैल्यू कर सकते हैं। तो मनी विल नॉट ओनली satisfy psychological needs but it will also satisfy the social needs. So इसीलिए वेज प्लान्स के साथ साथ बोनस स्कीम इंट्रोड्यूस करी जाती है so that employees work more efficiently and effectively. Another incentive is non-monetary, जो कि मनी से रिलेटेड नहीं है, but which will satisfy the ego and the self-actualization needs of the employees. Now, these non-monetary incentives can be security of services, recognition, suggestion scheme, job enrichment, and promotion. See, in job enrichment, the level of the job will remain same, but he will be assigning more authority and responsibility. In promotion, level of the job will increase. Incentive can be also categorized as positive and negative. In positive, the manager has an optimistic attitude that they will reward in a positive manner. That means promotion, praise, recognition, perks. It is positive by nature. But in negative incentives, they are given punishments for their mistakes so that they do not do it again in future. For example, demotion, transfer, fines and penalties. Positive incentive is for those who have done their work efficiently, but negative incentive are for those who have done their work wrong so that they will not repeat it in the future. Now let's start with theories of motivation. We will discuss 6 types of theories of motivation. First, Maslow's need hierarchy theory, Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation, McRogers theory, McClelland's acquired needs theory, Victor Vroom's expectancy theory of work motivation, and equity theory of work motivation. Let's discuss these theories one by one. First theory of motivation is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Now, according to Maslow, there are two types of needs, lower level needs and higher level needs. He has mentioned कि एक proper hierarchy होती है जिसके according ही motivational satisfaction employees को मिल सकती है. In lower level needs, the first need is physiological needs like hunger, thirst and relaxation. ये important है, ये first need है जो हर employees को चाहिए. अब इसके लिए managers क्या offer कर सकते हैं? Rest and refreshment breaks, physical comfort on the job, reasonable working hours. If this need is satisfied, employee will seek for second need, that is safety. In safety, the things will be protection against danger, threat and deprivation. Now to satisfy this, manager will offer safe working condition, job security, base compensation along with the benefits. After achieving this need, he will move to social association with others, which is belonging, giving, receiving, affection, etc. Now, to satisfy this, manager will offer friendly co-workers, interaction with their subordinates, and pleasant supervisor. So, these are the lower level needs with hierarchy of physiological, safety, social association with others. Once these needs are satisfied, a person will move to higher level needs. Now, in higher level needs, the first will be esteem or self-respect, which is like employee will first seek for the status. Now, to satisfy this, manager has to offer responsibility of important job, promotion to higher status job, and praise and recognition from the boss. After he achieved this, he will seek for self-actualization where the things will be creativity, self-expression. And for this, manager has to create a challenging work for him. He has to take him to the participation of decision making and the job should be flexible and autonomy for him. So every person starts with physiological need and ends with self-actualization. Maslow's need hierarchy theory is actually based on this hierarchy of 5 needs, which are like divided into 2 parts, lower level and higher level. First 3 are covered into lower level, and the last second is covered in the higher level. Another theory of motivation is Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation. This is developed by Friedrich Herzberg. It is also known as motivation and hygiene theory because Herzberg has given two factors, motivation and hygiene, and therefore this is known as two-factor theory. Now this theory states that कि हर workplace पे कुछ ऐसे factors होते हैं वो या तो satisfaction provide कर सकते हैं और ऐसे factors भी होते हैं जो dissatisfaction provide कर सकते हैं. This theory is closely linked to Maslow's need hierarchy. Now, according to Maslow's need hierarchy, the needs were into 5 parts: physiological safety, social association with others, esteem, self-respect, or self-actualization. First 3 were into a lower level needs, and the last 2 were in the higher level needs. Now, the lower level needs are treated as hygiene factor in Herzberg's theory, and higher level needs are considered as motivator factors. Now hygiene factors are those जो कि satisfaction provide नहीं करते अगर हैं तो, लेकिन अगर ये नहीं है वर्क प्लेस पे तो इससे एम्प्लॉयज को डिससैटिस्फैक्शन जरूर हो जाएगी. एंड मोटिवेटर फैक्टर्स they provide only positive satisfaction. So the 5 needs in the Maslow need hierarchy is converted into a two-factor theory of the Herzberg. Now let's discuss these factors in detail. Hygiene factors are those जो कि satisfaction provide नहीं करते अगर वो present है वर्क प्लेस पे, लेकिन अगर वो absent उनकी absence है वर्क प्लेस पे तो वो dissatisfaction जरूर प्रोवाइड करेंगे. They are extrinsic to work itself, मतलब वर्क से वो इतने रिलेटेड नहीं है बट ये इम्पॉर्टेंट है ताकि एम्प्लॉयर डिससैटिस्फाइड ना रहे. फैक्टर्स क्या क्या रहेंगे? पे एंड बेनिफिट्स, कंपनी पॉलिसी, रिलेशनशिप विद co-workers, physical environment, supervision, status, job security and salary. On the other hand, motivator factors are those which give positive satisfaction. They are related to the work, linked to the job, जैसे कि recognition, achievement, personal growth. और मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर ज़रूरी है क्यों? ताकि एम्प्लॉयज़ की परफॉर्मेंस बढ़े और वो मोटिवेट हो. फैक्टर्स क्या रहेंगे मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर्स? अचीवमेंट, रिकग्निशन, वर्क, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, प्रमोशन एंड ग्रोथ. Another theory of motivation is McRogers theory. This theory was developed by Douglas McRoger. Now he developed two contrasting theories which explained how managers' beliefs about what motivates their people can affect their management style. मतलब कि जो उनके एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं उनको क्या मोटिवेट करता है so that उनका मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल भी उसी के अकॉर्डिंग बन जाए. According to him, there are two theories, theory X and theory Y. He believes that अगर आपके members को काम पसंद नहीं है और they have a very little motivation, तो you should use authoritarian style of management. But if your people are taking pride in their work and they set themselves challenge for them, so you should adopt participative management style. So therefore, the approach of the management will impact to motivate their members. अब उनका जो उनके एम्प्लॉयज़ का मोटिवेशन किस लेवल पे होगा उसी के अकॉर्डिंग ही उन्हें स्टाइल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट अडॉप्ट करना चाहिए. Now the two theories are theory X and theory Y. In theory X, management will assume that his workers dislike the work, they avoid responsibility and they need constant direction. So they have to be controlled, forced and threatened to deliver work. And they need to be supervised at every step. So they have no incentive to work, उनका कोई ambition नहीं है, तो therefore उनको entice करना पड़ेगा, उन्हें lure करना पड़ेगा so that वो goals को achieve कर सकें. लेकिन theory Y में management ये assume करते हैं कि workers are happy to work on their own, they want to be involved in decision making वो पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहते हैं, वो सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड है अपने टास्क को कंप्लीट करने के लिए, उन्हें कोई कंट्रोल या फोर्स नहीं चाहिए जैसे थ्योरी एक्स के वर्कर्स को चाहिए। दे सीक एंड एक्सेप्ट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, उनको डायरेक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है, ना ही सुपरविजन चाहिए। व्यू वर्क एज फुलफिलिंग एंड चैलेंजिंग, और वो अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएटिवली और इमेजिनेटिवली खुद सॉल्व कर लेते हैं, उन्हें कुछ रिवॉर्ड्स इतने फ्रीक्वेंट की जरूरत नहीं है। हाँ, दे ऑल्सो गेट्स प्रमोशन, बट इतना फ्रीक्वेंट नहीं जो थ्योरी एक्स में चाहिए होता है। सो देयरफॉर जो थ्योरी एक्स मैनेजर्स होंगे, तो दे हैव टू टेक अ पेसिमिस्टिक व्यू, but theory Y managers have to take a optimistic view. Already their people are disliking the work, so therefore they have to reward them, punish them constantly so that they complete their task. But in theory Y, they encourage them to collaborate with them, discuss with them, to establish a good relationship between managers and their team members. They have to adopt a carrot and stick approach in theory X, but in theory Y, no control is to be needed by the managers for their staff because they are already well equipped to work on their own. In theory Y, employees are given the opportunities for the promotion, but in theory X, they are given with performance appraisal so that they can increase their sales, so that they can be controlled and self-motivated so that work can be accomplished. Another theory is McClelland's acquired needs theory. This theory is developed by David McClelland. Now, according to him, a person of any gender, culture or age, he will be having 3 motivating drivers और उनमें से कोई भी एक उसका motivating driver होगा ही. Now, motivating drivers according to him are achievement, affiliation and power. अब जो लीडर्स हैं, जो मैनेजर्स हैं, उन्हें सिर्फ आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि उनके एम्प्लॉयज के अंदर कौन सा ड्राइवर है, अचीवमेंट है, एफिलिएशन है या पावर है, और उसी के ही अकॉर्डिंग मैनेजर हैज टू स्ट्रक्चर हिज अप्रोच. If a dominant motivator is achievement, the person will have a strong need to accomplish challenging goals and he will love to take risk to achieve that goals. उसे रेगुलर फीडबैक लेना भी पसंद है कि उसने जितना काम करा कि अ मैनेजर शुड प्रोवाइड द फीडबैक कि हाँ इतना प्रोग्रेस हो चुका है, इतना रह गया है, सो दैट उसे मोटिवेशन मिलता रहे. एंड ही ऑफन लाइक्स टू वर्क अलोन. अ पर्सन हु हैज अ डोमिनेंट मोटिवेटर एज अचीवमेंट, he will like to work alone. He has a strong need to accomplish challenging goals while taking risk, but he wants a regular feedback from his manager. If a dominant motivator is affiliation, the person will want to belong to a group. He wants to be liked by everyone और जो भी बाकी सब करेंगे वो उन्हीं के साथ चलेगा. He would favor collaboration. वो एक साथ काम करना पसंद करेगा rather than competition. He will not like risk or uncertainty. If dominant motivator is power, then the person wants to control and influence others. He would like to win arguments. He would enjoy competition and winning. He would enjoy status and recognition. Now the manager has to know that which is the dominant motivator in his employees, and he has to check what kind of motivational approach he has to adopt. Another theory of motivation is Victor Broom's expectancy theory of work motivation, developed by Victor Broom. Now, this theory assumes that behavior will result from the conscious choices. मतलब एक alternatives हैं and we will be choosing that alternative which will maximize pleasure and minimize the pain. काम कम करना पड़े और reward ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मिले. Now he realized that employee की performance depend करती है उसके factors पे, जैसे कि उसकी personality, skills, knowledge, experience and ability. Now he further stated कि effort, performance और motivation तीनों मिलकर ही पर्सन का मोटिवेशन बनता है। मतलब हाउ मच एफर्ट ही इज पुटिंग इनटू द वर्क और हाउ मच मोटिवेटेड ही ऑलरेडी इज विल डिसाइड कि वो अब एक करंट काम करने के लिए कितना मोटिवेटेड है। अब इसको समझाने के लिए ही यूज 3 वेरिएबल्स, expectancy, instrumentality and balance. Let's understand these variables one by one. With expectancy, he believed that increased effort will lead to increased performance. मतलब अगर कोई employee will work harder, then it would be better for him. But ये इफेक्ट करता है कुछ चीज़ों से, that is कि उसके पास right resources हैं, मतलब उसके पास टाइम है वो काम करने का, या सही रॉ मटेरियल्स हैं वो काम करने के लिए, उसके पास उस काम करने के लिए राइट स्किल्स हैं, या फिर उसके पास एक नेसेसरी सपोर्ट है, मतलब सुपरवाइजर सपोर्ट है टू गेट दैट जॉब डन. सो यस, अगर उसके एफर्ट ज़्यादा होंगे तो उसका परफॉर्मेंस भी ज़्यादा होगा. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी. नाउ इंस्ट्रूमेलिटी इज द बिलीफ दैट अगर आपने सही परफॉर्म कर दिया तो जो भी आपकी वैल्यू निकली है वो आपको मिलेगी. if you will do a job, there is something for you, मतलब there is some reward for you, some instrumentality is connected to it. Now this is affected by few things like clear understanding of relationship between performance and outcomes. Employees should know कि अगर वो इतना काम करेंगे तो इतना उनको reward मिलेगा. There needs to be a trust in the people who take decision. जो उनके behalf पे decisions ले रहे हैं, employees का उन पे trust रहना चाहिए. And there should be the transparency of the process कि कितना जो outcome मिल रहा है वो fair है, वो transparent है. Now the last is balance. Balance is like factor एक होना चाहिए and he should be strict on that. That means the importance the individual places upon the expected income, वो उसी के लिए ही प्रेफर होना चाहिए. जैसे कि अगर कोई मोटिवेटेड है मनी से, अगर उसको रिवॉर्ड मनी चाहिए तो ही शुड नॉट थिंक अबाउट द एडिशनल टाइम ऑफ. उसको हॉलीडे या एडिशनल टाइम ऑफ के बारे में नहीं सोचना. उसको रिवॉर्ड अगर सोचना है तो वो ये सोचना है कि ही वॉज मोटिवेटेड बाय द मनी. Another and last theory is equity theory of motivation given by John Stacey Adams. Now according to this theory, equity तभी exist करेगा जब वर्कर को लगेगा कि जितना वो एफर्ट डाल रहा है टास्क कंप्लीट करने में उतना उसको रिवॉर्ड भी मिल रहा है. बट एम्प्लॉयज पोटेंशियल रिवॉर्ड्स के साथ साथ ये भी देखते हैं कि औरों को रिवॉर्ड्स कितने मिल रहे हैं. नाउ इफ द एम्प्लॉय विल फील कि उनके रिवॉर्ड्स इंफीरियर हैं उन रिवॉर्ड से जो किसी और को मिल रहे हैं, जो कि सेम वर्कलोड शेयर कर रहे हैं, तो दे विल फील demotivated. So it will create inequality among them. तो अगर employee would feel that he is treated inequitably, so he will put less effort into their jobs. They will ask for better rewards. They will start finding ways कि उनका काम ज़्यादा अच्छा लगे सबसे, तो ताकि उनको ज़्यादा rewards मिले, और maybe they can transfer or quit their jobs. I hope ये टॉपिक आपको समझ आ गया होगा. If you like this video and like to watch similar videos, then like and subscribe YouTube channel of Nyay Academy. Thank you. Have a nice day.